In Operation Midnight Hammer, 125 U.S. military aircraft launched a major assault on Iran's nuclear facilities at Fordow, Natanz, and Isfahan. On June 21, 2025, at around 2 a.m., 7 B-2 Spirit bombers entered Iranian airspace via the Mediterranean, flying over Israel and Iraq, and hit their targets deep inside Iran. The world waited, watching closely for Iran's retaliation. With over 24 U.S. military bases scattered across the Middle East, analysts warned that Iran could strike any of them. And 2 days later, Iran responded, attacking the U.S. Al Udeid airbase in Qatar and the Ain al-Assad airbase in Iraq. But this wasn't the first time Iran had hit back. Let's revisit 4 bold moments in history when Iran directly challenged U.S. military power. Welcome back to Unseen Mysterious. Let's dive in. Number 1. The assassination of Qasem Soleimani, January 3, 2020. On this day, a U.S. drone strike killed General Qasem Soleimani near Baghdad airport. He wasn't just a military commander, he was Iran's most powerful strategist and the closest confidant to Supreme Leader Ayatollah Khamenei. His death shocked Iran. While the world expected protests, Iran chose direct military retaliation. On January 8, 2020, just after midnight, Iran launched dozens of Fateh and Qiyam ballistic missiles at the Ain al-Assad airbase in Iraq. These missiles struck fuel depots, aircraft shelters, and command posts with pinpoint precision. Not a single one missed. U.S. troops had received a warning and taken shelter, but the damage was extensive. Hangars, runways, and barracks were destroyed. Initially, U.S. officials said there were no casualties. But later, over 100 American soldiers were diagnosed with traumatic brain injuries. Many lost consciousness or vision temporarily. What shocked the world was that Iran publicly took responsibility, saying, "This was just a warning. If the U.S. escalates, our response will be bigger." President Donald Trump tried to downplay it by tweeting, "All is well," but satellite images and leaked videos exposed the real impact. Number 2. Iran shoots down a U.S. Global Hawk drone, June 2019. In June 2019, tensions between Iran and the U.S. were already high. One night, a $220 million U.S. RQ-4 Global Hawk drone entered Iranian airspace. Within 20 seconds, Iran's third Khordad missile system locked onto the drone and shot it down. This drone flew at 60,000 feet, far above most air defense systems. The U.S. claimed the drone was in international airspace, while Iran said it was 15 kilometers inside their borders. Trump considered a military strike, but backed off at the last moment. Number 3. Iran hits a U.S.-flagged oil tanker, October 16, 1987. During the Iran-Iraq War, Iran was attacking Kuwaiti oil tankers in the Persian Gulf, threatening global oil supply. In response, the U.S. launched Operation Earnest Will, where Kuwaiti tankers were reflagged with U.S. flags and protected by the U.S. Navy. One of them, the MV Sea Isle City, was struck by an Iranian Silkworm missile, damaging the bridge and injuring 18 crew members. The American captain was blinded permanently. It was the first Iranian attack on a U.S.-flagged vessel, and in response, the U.S. Navy destroyed 2 Iranian military-used oil platforms. Number 4. The USS Samuel B. Roberts mine strike, April 14, 1988. Iran planted a network of underwater mines in the Persian Gulf. These mines floated 5 meters below the surface, hidden from view and deadly for large ships. The USS Samuel B. Roberts, a U.S. Navy-guided missile frigate, struck one of these mines. The explosion ripped a 21-foot hole in its hull, flooded the engine room, and disabled major systems. A $500 Iranian mine nearly sank a $96 million U.S. warship. The U.S. responded with Operation Praying Mantis, launching air and naval strikes that destroyed 2 Iranian oil platforms and an Iranian warship. But 2 American pilots also died in the battle. The bigger picture. Ever since the fall of Iran's pro-US government in 1979, the relationship between Iran and America has remained hostile. Despite harsh sanctions and international pressure, Iran has never hesitated to strike back, even against a superpower. Their message: we are not afraid to respond. So what do you think? Is this a rising confrontation or just strategic signaling? Tell us your thoughts in the comments. If you found this video informative, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Unseen Mysterious. We'll see you in the next deep dive.